How are you? Good evening. Sunday night. And if you caught me off guard, it's because I'm watching the TV. And I'm watching the Phillies game on ESPN. Okay, it's a series. I'm watching a advertisement for Marvel. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I'm a Marvel guy. I like DC, but I'm a Marvel guy. And I see Sam L. Jackson as Nick Fury, and they're doing this whole, and again, I have the sound down because I don't want to have the sound on when I have the show ready to go. And it's a Marvel series, and it's like the end is closer than you think. I don't know. I don't know what the name of the series is. It says it's coming in June, which is cool. So I will have something to look forward to for June. There's always things that you got to look forward to. I mean, it's already April, and I'm almost done. And I was talking with Ref Guru today. I said, "What are you doing?" I'm like, and y'all know I've been doing this for off and on for like a week or two, getting my hard copy stuff together in scans to get into the machine to send to my ladies for taxes. And what I did, the last thing I did was I put my receipts for miscellaneous expenses and dinners and food that I use when I'm, on the run or on the roll, shall we say, when I'm on my visits. So I got them done. Not done, but I got them sorted. So I'm going to knock them out, man. Knock them out. Once that's done, then I go through some of the paperwork that'll be in my email, get copies of that. And so I'm hoping, here, let's do the fingers crossed here. I'm hoping that I will have this done by Tuesday. So tonight, tomorrow, Tuesday, maybe after the show on Wednesday. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And if you're wondering, and I don't have the comments up. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a Rays shirt, because this was my Friday, what do you call it? Hawaiian Fridays with the Hawaiian shirt. I like the shirts. I have a pictures of it, of that was, put on IG, put on Instagram, put it on Facebook. I like the shirt. And I said, no, I'm going to wear it on Sunday. I always like to do something that I'm wearing on Friday and show up to the show on Sunday night. I get a chance to show up one more time. So I'm like, yeah. So the Hawaiian shirt, Ray shirt, very nice. And I'm hoping you guys are digging it. And I do. Okay, I'm looking at the comments. See what we got here. Robert Pena is first in the house. Salute to me. Thank you there, shipmate, and salute to the family as well. Hector Hernandez, hey, you're on Facebook, which is cool. Come on over to YouTube. Oh, been on Facebook due to stage 2 colon cancer. I beat colon cancer in 1 week, and my doctor told there was no evidence cancer spreading to the lining of my colon at all. I beat the crap out of it. Hector Hernandez, bravo for you, sir. That is not a bull crap clap. Thank you, sir, for bringing that to our attention. Blessings to you. The C word sucks. And anybody that can beat it, my hat's off to them. And I can do the hats off because I have my head nicely in a ponytail. Hats off to you. And blessings to you as well. Thank you for joining us. Come on over to YouTube, by the way. It's better video and audio. At least it's supposed to be. And yeah, you are a tough Raider. You got me convinced. The Compass of Toppers. I'm okay. I'm good. You're looking good. Come on over to YouTube as well, there, shipmate, if you can. Better video, better audio. In theory, I think it is though. But I mean, I'm here. We're talking sports, man. I got the baseball game on presently. The Phillies are losing 2-1, but at least this game they're not getting their asses handed to them because the last two games, I think the Rangers have scored like 17 and 12. They've scored like close to 30 runs in the two games leading up to this. Yeah, the Phillies are the National League champions, and they just have looked like ass the last two games. But it is the bottom of the seventh. It's close, which means that it's something positive. Kyle Schwarber got his first hit of the season. He almost parked a 2-run home run, but the guy, whoever their center fielder is, kid, reached up, grabbed it at like right as it would have been going over the fence. So robbed the home run with Schwarber. Please, everyone, get your colonoscopy check. I'm on you on that, man. Do that. You can save your lives. Don't be a statistic. Hoorah. I agree, sir. And I've had excuse me, I've had my colonoscopy done early. I think I had it done like when I was in my 30s, like 35, then 40, then I'm 58 now. I've had at least three colonoscopies. Maybe I had it when I was 40, and then I had my 50. So I've had at least three. I think I'm due for another one. I think next year. I'll have to look, but I agree, sir. Get your friggin' exam, man. It's nothing. The worst part of it is you don't get a chance to eat, and you clean your system out, and you're on the throne for a good day, cleaning your system out. And if you're smart, what you'll do is you kind of like go down on your amount of food that you are before you have that. So the fasting, I tell you though, right after you wake up from a coma, first thing you do is, man, let's go and get something to eat. But even when you're drinking the stuff, it's gotten a lot better than it used to. Gabe is stroking us off with his, well, at least my Yankees are doing good. Whatever. Are they like what, 2-0? I do know that Aaron Judge has at least 2 home runs. He had one on opening day. He had one today for number 2. So if there's 162 games and he's had 2 and 3, I guess he's on a pace to hit what, 80, 81 or so. That'd be nice, right? 81 home runs. Beat the hell out of what Bonds ever hit. Yeah. And he did hit, 62? Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry, man. These broadcasts come at the end of the day no matter what goes on. And right about this time, and my body is telling me, man, you need to go to bed. Old. I agree with Hector. Please get your checks. Ladies, I know they are a pain literally, but get your boob checks. Get all the checks you guys and gals need. Because if you don't, you're just doing bad things to yourself. And thank you for all that are here. Please share this up. Let's talk some sports. Matt's in Little Rock. Oh yeah, the tornadoes. State is in a state of emergency. Matt, I'm hoping that you are okay. And blessings to all of those that have gotten through the weather. There were some deaths, and they were, let's do some positives and prayers for all those that are going through it. Positives to you. So again, they got a, I don't know what they're showing hot dogs of all different, oh my goodness, Dodger dogs and like the Coney dogs, and then like the, look at, I'm not kidding, my mouth is just friggin' watering. Can't make this up. My mouth is watering. Ooh, get some tea. God. Showing that I'm hungry. Did have pizza today, but that was earlier today. So after the show, I gotta get something. Do they have Chicago dogs? I didn't. I saw, Doug. Yeah, I saw they were showing pictures of like the dogs they have at Wrigley with the kraut and the peppers, and they look, like I said, just looking at it, dude. Oh my God! Showed all of them. It was wonderful. I love hot dogs. I like hamburgers more, but I love hot dogs. Hector reminds us that the A's are going to Vegas. Yeah, that's pretty much a done deal. If you're watching on Facebook, come on over to YouTube if you can. Hit Captain Jack Rackham. Levy is the full title, but go Captain Jack Rackem. Come on over to YouTube. Yeah, they were showing us, like I said, all good. G Mike is in misery. Spoken correctly. Good to see you there, G Mike. Well, that dude was on the Phillies last year. I know, because I recognized the guy's got longer hair than I do. Blonde. Don't remember his name. He was like one of the defensive substitutes. He's playing for the Rangers now. He is a defensive substitute. It is the top of the eighth. Rangers are still winning 2-1. One out. Alec Boehm at the bat. 1 for 3 tonight, and he is facing a 1-1 count with a nice slice to, oh, what a hell of a catch. Right fielder, who's that, Garcia in right field, just snagged one from Boehm. Boehm would have had a double for sure. 2 outs now at the top of the eighth. Great catch. Boehm slices it down the right field line, and just at the reach of Garcia in right field. G Mike, I haven't seen anything new with the Raiders. If there is something, I don't know. If there's something that I need to be reminded of, let me know. That's why this is a mutual. I mean, I know things, I do. I will say this. And again, I have a source. I got a source that's getting this from inside the headquarters. And we spoke about it. We spoke about it the other day. And same person who fed me the fact that Josh Jacobs will probably not be on the roster come draft time has also told me 2 things. First, that the Raiders are intent. They are intent on grabbing Anthony Richardson high up in the draft. And in order to do that, they're going to have to go up to 3. And I think the Cardinals are at 3. So they're going to have to go up to 3 to get Anthony Richardson. That is per a source who has good knowledge from within the building, the Raiders headquarters, that they are in fact targeting Anthony Richardson with the 3rd pick. They have to go up and get it. Why? Because the Titans are looking for him too. I don't know where the Titans are picking. I know it's ahead of the Raiders. Maybe they're 4 or 5, but they'd have to go and get him at 3. That's the first news. Now, the second thing that is of note is, however, this is the however on the Raiders going up to get Anthony Richardson at 3. The however is this. If Lamar Jackson gets off his high horse and stops his incredible demand of these, guaranteed contracts, and I want this and I want that, and all of the rigmarole that goes with it, that would be a, what do you call it? That would put the kibosh likely on getting AR-15. Why? Well, you already got Jimmy Garoppolo, who's a legitimate starting quarterback. If you go after Jackson, that means you have Garoppolo and Jackson, right? And maybe whoever was looking at Garoppolo, maybe they might make a trade. I don't know. But if they go after Jackson, then that just kind of puts the AR-15 talk by the wayside. We'll see. I mean, the draft is in less than a month. Oh, and you were talking about news. It's not really the latest. This was at least last week. Trent Sieg was released when the Raiders signed Bobenmeyer to the long snapping duties, and it was for a couple years. It was at least a 2, if not a 3-year contract for. I thought it was Bobenmeyer. Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought it was Bobenmeyer, who does know the special teams coach quite well. The same guy who was the special teams coach in Denver is now the Raiders special teams coach. Trent Sieg was getting some penalties called against him. Hence, if you're the long snapper, the least you can do is not get penalized. Doug Coppice, thank you there, shipmate. Appreciate you coming over. Appreciate it. Andrew Doc Cabral reminds me that I think it's Wednesday, the 5th, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's Wednesday, that Passover is Wednesday. And I wouldn't know unless Doc Cabral reminded me. Honestly, he's more Jewish than I am. I mean that. He's more Jewish than I am. And he's not Jewish. But he tells me when the days are. So I have to try to find somebody that has I'll look it up. Let's see Passover meals in the Tampa area. Just for my father. And thanks again, Doug. Thank you for coming over there, shipmate. Thank you for being here. Matt says there's a buzz about getting D-Hop. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's, again, it can happen, but I think that's a bunch of crap. And the reason why I say that is that you already have gone after Jacoby Myers, right? Why would you need D-Hop? If you already signed Jacoby Myers, who knows the offense, they've already gotten the other kid, Dorsett, from the Patriots that knows the system. Why would you go get D-Hop and have to give up things for him? I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I don't know why you would do that. Oh, and Ed heard the same thing, it seems, about what I was talking about with AR-15. Thanks, Ed. I'm glad you heard it. This way, I'm not the only one that knows this stuff. And here it is. Ain't no way gonna pay D-Hop $26 million. I frigging agree. Ain't no way. $26 million for D-Hop, and when we're already paying Adams, what, $27, $28 million a year? No. Over $50 million to the cap in 2 players? No way. One out, nobody on for the Rangers in the bottom of the 8th. Corey Seager, former Dodger, up at the plate against Soto, one of the wild arms of the Phillies. Struck his ass out. Nice strikeout by Soto. 2 outs now. Seager goes down on strikes. But did you watch any of the semifinals yesterday? I did. I did do my stuff with the taxes and getting them scanned in. But I did watch. And I was in, where was I? Oh, when I was in OG Daniels, who had his birthday yesterday, and was listening to the young lady that's in the next room that was saying, who's a San Diego State fan, was lamenting how they should have won. They could have won the game if they had done this. They could have won, and they can't shoot the ball. She's talking about free throws. And they should have done this, and they can't do the defense, and blah, 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 and just bitching and bitching and bitching. And they were down 1 point with 2.5 minutes to go. And who won the game on a last-second shot? Your San Diego State Aztecs. And I'm like, I kept telling her, there's still more portion of the game. But that was a hell of a game. In the second game, by the way, I watched San Diego State here in Florida a couple weeks ago in Orlando. In the second game, UConn just had their way with Miami. And yes, I did pick Miami to win that game. I did pick San Diego State to win against FAU. So I got that right. I did pick Miami. I was wrong. So there we go there. AJ's in the house. Good to see you, Salty. Been away for a while, brother. Haven't seen you. Thank you for being here. Good evening to you. John comes in. Could we possibly trade Jacobs and Renfroe to the Cardinals for the first-round pick and still keep our number 7 overall? Maybe. That's a good possibility. I like that trade. I do like that trade. But I don't think that they would go for it. But Josh Jacobs and Hunter Renfroe for the number 3 pick? John, get on the line, man. Get on the line. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. That sounds like I'd do that trade. I'd do that trade in a minute. Oh, okay. Mark Davis on Friday night was talking about Josh Jacobs in the past tense. What interview, Ed, if you don't mind? What interview? I'd be interested in seeing that. Ed picks UConn. I do too. I think UConn's just gonna win rather easily. Broncos decide to keep Sutton and Judy, or is that a question or is that a statement? Are they deciding between the two of them? I think they're gonna shop one. I think though. I think they're gonna shop one. The Bishop picks the Aztecs tomorrow. That would be a major upset. Seriously, that would be a major upset. I don't know who won the. Wait a second. Is it over yet? Let me see. Put on channel 10 real quick. That's CBS. Well, that's the Country Music Awards. No, that's not it. Okay, I thought it was CBS. No, that would be stupid. Maybe. What? Who has the? The ladies' national championship game. Did they play that already? Did I miss it? The ladies' college basketball championship. Did I miss it already? If I did, I apologize. Who won the college the women's college basketball championship? I think it was Iowa against somebody. I must have missed it. Top of the ninth here. I don't know who that was. Sosa, Edmundo Sosa, hacks at a pitch down 0-2 in the count against Smith, the left-hander. And Ed likes John's trade. I do too. I do like John's trade. What are they doing now? Are they saying that he's got some stuff in his hat? That he's cheating? Something was called into question with the home plate umpire and the starting pitcher. I don't know what. So I got my sound off. 0-2. Hit to third. Easy out. Third to first. Sosa's out. From Young to the first base. Young parked one earlier. Has at least one of the runs that the Rangers have. So 1 out against the Phillies. Lakers win again, 3 in a row. Really? Okay. Oh, LSU won. Okay, thanks, Doug. LSU 102 beat Iowa 85. Thanks, Doug. I didn't see that. I thought it was on tonight. I was gonna, after the Phillies game, I was gonna pop over. But tomorrow I'm gonna watch the I think blasphemy for the pick against the Bishop. Don't pick against the Bishop. No, don't pick against the Bishop. But the Bishop has San Diego State winning. That would be a major upset. Okay, so Ed puts the source. Thank you. And I'm an Intel guy, and I always like to say, if you got a statement, give me the source. And thank you, Ed. Josh was the heart of our team. I like the fact it's past tense. Not I like the fact it's past tense, but you agree it was past tense. Huh. Maybe, but I thought that there was an issue with trading a player on a franchise tag. Because remember when we got Devontae Adams last year, they couldn't throw in Waller because the fact it was a player on a franchise tag. 2 outs as somebody popped out to the shortstop in left field. Shortstop comes back, makes an over the shoulder, not quite kind of a basket catch. Who is that? Seager? Yeah, Seager. Nice catch by Seager. Oh, non-exclusive tag. Ah. Yeah, it's a non-exclusive tag. Yeah. Which means that it's our choice. So I thought it was the exclusive franchise. I don't know. Anyway, LSU beat Iowa, so thank you for that information. Iowa had the top scorer in the country. I can't remember what the young lady's name is, but she was, I think, the only person that's ever, well, not the only person, but they made a comparison contrast with the amount of points that she scored in the 3 years in college basketball against Jordan, and only Jordan had a little bit more points. So Phillies are down to their last at bat, their last out, and Derek Hall's up against a gentleman in, was it Smith, who lifetime he's 0-2 against. 1-1 on the count so far. Lays off. Oh, nice layoff. Lays off the pitch a little on the outside corner. Hall is a left-hander, so a little bit to the outside. And if Hall can get on, Trey Turner's up next. Right down the middle. Right down the middle. 94-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. Count is now 2-2. So pretty much down to the payoff pitch here. 2-2 against Hall. Pinch hitting. Hall bounces it to shortstop. Seager has it. Takes an extra step. Hall is out. Phillies lose 2-1. But at least it was a lot closer, which means the Phillies are 0-3 on the season. 0-3. At least this game was competitive. And the Rangers have won 12 straight against the Phillies. The longest current streak in Major League Baseball. 12 straight games. Unheard of. 12 straight. The Texas Rangers over the Phillies, 12 straight. Wow. Jacobs for Lamar Jackson. I don't think the Ravens would do that. I don't think the Ravens would do that. I think the Raiders would trade Jackson for a high pick, though. Any team making an offer, we match or lose, and then get 2 number 1. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Is if we don't match the offer, we're going to get 2 number 1s. I'd rather lose Jacobs to 2 number 1s, or to like that number 3 pick. I would like that. Maybe that's part of the deal. Maybe it's the Cardinals. That's one of the ones. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'd take that. Hot Neil, good to see you, brother. Permission to come aboard granted. Matt says Jacob for Lamar Jackson. I don't think so. The only thing that's going to suck about the draft is it's in Kansas City. That's not the only thing that's going to suck about it. That's one of the big sucking points. But one of the positive things about the draft is I'm going to be there. And if you go to on my YouTube, and if for folks that are here on YouTube, if you go to that QR code, let me make sure I get the box right. Yeah, I'm trying to make a box. I'm not doing a very good job of it. Is that a better box? Yeah, I'm trying. You go to the QR code that's on my picture for this. And if you're going to Kansas City, there is a wonderful draft party, great food, barbecue, of course, in Kansas City with a whole bunch of fans. So come on out and hit up the Elite Superfans NFL draft party dinner. It'd be great. Hot Neil comes in with the hot question of the day. Are we going to have a good year? Define a good year. I think that the Raiders having a good year is anything where they improve upon last year. And remember, we were 6-11 last year, so if you get 7 wins, that's a good year. I know, but it's true. Okay, since the Phillies lost, let me see if I can find something else on TV. Oh, that's the K-Rod thing, so I don't know what that is. I'm not watching the Country Music Awards. I'm sorry. Magnum PI. I would watch it if I wasn't doing a show. What is there anything to watch? I'm trying to. The Heat, isn't it that comedy movie? Yeah. Sandra Bullock and what's her nose, Melissa McCarthy. Free guy, pawn sacrifice, maybe. Redemption, the wrestler, Hellboy, the other woman, right along, which is in the limitless, card counter. What's the card counter about? Yeah. Transporter refueled. Hot tub. Has anybody seen Hot Tub Time Machine? I'm going to record it just in case. But there's really Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2. No good deed. Captain America. Probably going to do that. The Winter Soldier. That's on in a couple of minutes. Let's go there. Pending for the things, I'm going to be watching Captain America, the Winter Soldier, because there ain't crap on TV tonight. Waco? Didn't never see that. Missed that. Eddie Murphy Raw. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. If you want to come into the show, for a few dollars more is on. There really is nothing on TV. I'm going to watch Winter Soldier. I'm going to watch Winter Soldiers. It's like the only thing that's on, and I pre-screened it. I think. Did I see my buddy Giant Singh? Is he over there on YouTube or Facebook? If he's over on Facebook, try to go over there. Come on over to YouTube. I'm talking to the people that were over in the on Facebook. Come on over to YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. I don't know if anybody's watching, but come over to YouTube. The reason why is because I don't see the comments as easily unless you come over to YouTube. Anyway, let's see, 11-6. Ed Winchell with an 11-6. Wow. Bishop says 6-11 again. Pause. We don't have to wait till the third round for our first. Yeah, there you go. That's one of the best. That is one of the best positives. KC Airport is trash. That is the truth, and it's out in the middle of BFE. Heard they're building a new one. They need one. John Leon is also positive. Think that we're going to be in the playoffs this year. It's possible. Ed Winchell says Arizona with the third pick desperately needs a running back big time and a slot receiver. And this was about the trade that John was saying, hey, if we offered up Hunter Renfrow and Josh Jacobs for the number 3 pick, I like that trade. Hollywood's in the house. Good to see you there, brother. Matt Marinovich says if everything goes right, 9-8. Hot Neil says, where's the hotel in Louisiana? Where, Hot Neil? There's a bunch of hotels in Louisiana, my friend. I don't know what you're talking about. It is an improvement from last year, but the defense needs to improve for us. Matt Marinovich with the statement of the day. The defense doesn't improve. The team's not going to improve that much. I think they will improve, but the question is how much better. Bishop, who is a hater, making a quick exit. Hater. For number 3, do we move J.J. Renfrow in our number 7? That's probably more like it. Although I like the fact that we just give up Renfro and JJ for the number 3 pick and still have the 7th pick. That would be great. Matt says we lose JJ and Renfro, we'll take a step back offensively. Not sure on that one, Matt, because again, I think that with the addition of Jacoby Myers, who is that guy that just he gets open. He was third in Renfro up in New England. He was the man. Gets separation and gets the ball. So you really have like Renfro. I'm gonna say it. You got white Renfro and black Renfro, or white Renfro and black Jacoby Myers. Same guy. It is because they get open, they shake and bake, and they twitch and they go. John Leon reminds us that Sincere McCormick can replace Jacobs. Plus, do not hold back on the fact that Zamir White's in his second year. We do got, what was it, Blair Brown, kid from UCLA that was drafted last year. People forget about him. He's a good back. I think he might be able to come in. Bishop. Oh, I'm not hating. No, I'm not hating. No, I'm a man of the cloth. I don't do no hating. Praise the Lord. Hold them high. I ain't hating. I'm having a little bit of artistic license with you. Let's get some people in here. I'm going to put the link up. Okay. Come on in on the link. If you missed it, I've already made the phenomenal announcement that I'm listening. Britton Brown. Thank you there, Mike. Blair Brown's the actor, right? You know there's something about it. Yeah, but Britton Brown, kid from UCLA, Zamir White, Sincere McCormick. I like Josh Jacobs. He is probably the second best running back the Raiders have ever had as far as intangibles overall. Got to be. You got Marcus Allen and yeah, Bo, but I don't know. Right now it's Marcus Allen and Bo, and then Josh Jacobs, and then you got a bunch of older backs like Marv Hubbard and Mark Van Egan and Clarence Davis, the old school, Hewitt Dixon. I'm old, so I'm just saying. But I would lose Jacobs and Renfro for the number 3 pick in a minute. In a minute. And that's why I think they move up to 3 to get Richardson, because Young and Stroud will be gone 1 and 2. And if Richardson goes before one of those guys, that means that one of those other guys is still left at 3. So there you go. And Mike, Sarah, thank you for coming in. Britton Brown. Defense has already improved. In his opinions, we still have need. Yeah, I agree, John. I agree. I do agree, sir. If you want to come in tonight, Jacoby Myers is better at number 2, but Renfro will give us sure first down. Jimmy G will need Renfro. We'll see. I feel at any cost, keep Renfro, but we just signed Carter. Yeah, Carter is more of a kick return threat, though, than Renfro. Don't forget D-Mac. Yeah. Darren McFadden. Yeah. Thanks, Matt, for reminding me. Tyrone Wheatley, yes, but Tyrone didn't have the long career. Napoleon Kaufman, even McCallum. But we've had good backs, but, the Raiders haven't had, other than Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson, the Raiders have not ever had a dynamic running back, really. And remember, I'm a fan for a long time. And I throw out the names. Like I said, Clarence Davis, Marv Hubbard, Mark Van Egan, and Hewitt Dixon, right? Eric Dickerson was a Raider for like a minute of time. So he doesn't count. And yeah, Darren McFadden was probably the best of the latter years, 2000s and up, right? Other than, JJ. But need to bring back on what we used to have. Matt reminds us Raiders have owned the wide receiver group. Yeah, the Raiders and wide receivers are synonymous. Marv, yeah, I got you, man. I meant right away. I mentioned Marv Hubbard. I mentioned Marv Hubbard and Mark Van Eegen, both from Colgate. Jake's has proven his worth as first round pick. I'd ask for 2-1s for him. Yeah, well, that's his worth. That's his worth. Somebody signs him, he's going to be gone for 2-1s. And yeah, he has had his best year under Josh McDaniels, but I'm thinking, and by the way, come into the show. I put the link up here. I'll show it again. It's in the link. It's up here. Come into the show. Like, share. Come on over. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, I can't see crap. You could be making comments all day long, and I won't see crap. Come over to YouTube, please. Facebook, I see some comments, but not all. Please come over to YouTube. Carolina? Carolina what? I'm not reading you there, AJ. Well, what does that mean? Carolina, because I could trust me. Carolina is a to me that's Carolina. Just by the way it's spelled. C-Dub, good to see you, brother. Thank you. Come on over to YouTube. Thanks for being here. I put the link up. Jimmy Farrell's here. Jimmy Farrell's a happy Yankees fan as well. We can talk, and a link is up. Okay, there's something else. Okay, here's some things to talk about. One, do the Raiders move up to number 3 for Anthony Richardson, as has been postulated, and per a source within the Raiders headquarters, that's what they're going to do. The Raiders move up to number 3 for Anthony Richardson. Talk about that. 2, March Madness. Who wins tomorrow? Who wins? Bishop AJ says his money's on San Diego State because he's a minister. He's a underdog type of guy. I'm for the underdog, right? He's an underdog guy, so he thinks San Diego State. I think UConn wins easy. Third thing, right? How's your baseball team doing? I know that Bishop AJ is a Doyer fan. I said that right in the Latin way. My Phillies are 0-3, but hey, it's only 3 games into the season. That doesn't mean anything. Yankees are doing well. We talk about the Yankees. Raider Kush, thank you for being here. Want to stop by and show love from NWA. Thank you there, Kush. Be here. Come on in, man. Like, share it up. Hey, come in. Come into the program. Big game tomorrow, Yankees and Phillies. Is that in New York? Jimmy Farrell, is that in New York? I think it is. Quarterback is rather go with a proven veteran than the draft. There's zero comparison to college and NFL cornerbacks. Agreed. And again, Kush, thank you for being here. NWA, that is not with attitudes. It is nation with attitude. And see, hey, Ed Winchell didn't forget Palm Sunday. And yeah, the 10 Commandments was on last night. We got Shelley, a good number 2 quarterback. We need Gonzalez, Witherspoon, or Porter Jr. to help him. I agree, but that is I mean, and here's the thing, you can use the 7th pick for a cornerback, but it only if you're moving to 3 and not lose the 7. If you move to 3 and you say, I will give you Hunter Renfrow, Josh Jacobs, and a pick next year, yeah, and you pick AR-15 at 3 and then the best defensive player available at 7, sure, I'd do that. And I think UConn wins as well. I'm a Catholic all day long. There's no free agent quarterback good enough left to help. Agreed. What else you got for me? I'm the only one that's talking here. I'm watching The Winter Soldier. And I'm watching, what's his nose, the French MMA guy. Was it Saint-Pierre, I think? Can't remember his name. Or is he Canadian? I hope I don't need this later. George, I can't remember his name. George Saint-Pierre, the MMA guy, or not WWE, the wrestler. Jump in next time. Got it ready for dinner while you listen. Yes, Nation with Attitude. We all love you. Thank you there, bud. Not that other N word, but Nation with Attitude. Thank you there, Kush. Come in anytime. I remember. I'm already. Oh, you're behind me. That's why. You're going. It's almost 7:00. I'm sure it's almost 7:00 where you're at. I guess you're out. There. WrestleMania is taking over LA this weekend. Yeah, I saw that. There was a bunch of people on YouTube. Yes, what was it like? They were all talking about WrestleMania and stuff. I didn't watch it. Matt says Winter Soldier is second behind Logan. I thought Logan was a little slow. I thought Logan was a little slow. I did love Winter Soldier though. I really did. I did love Winter Soldier. Hit it up. I put the link in. Hit the link. Come on in. I've been talking for 55 minutes and I appreciate y'all in the comments. I do. Don't ever let it be said I don't appreciate the people in the comments. Come on in and talk to me though. Face to face. Seriously, face to face. This way we'll have some things. Hopefully we can get Ed Winchell in here. Ed Winchell will talk. Remember, I was talking to him already spoke. I watched XFL for a minute eating pizza today. AJ McCarren was playing. Don't know what happened. Seriously, it was 6-6. I saw McCarren. He was going for a touchdown. And it was like second something, and it was incomplete. And then the next play was third and whatever. I don't care. My pizza was there. So I don't know what happened. Blessings and salutations to the bishop. I think I do not say this facetiously. I don't say this facetiously. I mean every word of this. I think that if I didn't have the prayers of Bishop AJ and a bunch of other people that are devout in their religious beliefs, I'm serious about devout beliefs, I wouldn't be here right now. Because I got a lot of people that have said a lot of wonderful things in prayer that's probably been keeping me alive. And I thank AJ. I thank other people that are devout in their beliefs. I wouldn't be here. And I thank him. But come into the show. Remember, if you want to get your entries in, when I finally get my taxes done and I go through and to see who has the money that's in for the prizes, and I got prizes. Every $5 you spend gets you a what is it? A spot on the wheel. There you go. Spot on the wheel. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Like, share, bring it up. We're almost an hour in. And if I wouldn't get a YouTube hit, I'd put the sound on for Winter Soldier. Because the Phillies lost. The Yankees have done well. Jimmy Farrell can come in. Gabe can come in. If you're a Dodger fan like Bishop is, you can come in. I'm actually, since we're talking Marvel, I'm actually looking forward to that Marvel miniseries that I was talking about at the very beginning of the show. Fun. JT the Brick says he's never missed a 60 minutes. Good for you, JT. I like 60 minutes, but for me to say I've never missed one, I'd be lying my ass off. But they're a good show. It's a good show. Remember, this is Sunday night, Ask Captain Jack. And so far, we've had more information about Marvel movies and where JJ may be going. There is conjecture, as I stated, that JJ will be gone before the draft. And see, thank you there, John Leon. John Leon has just bought himself a spot on a prize wheel. John, I guarantee you, I promise, providing I'm alive, because tomorrows are never promised. They're never promised. But providing I'm alive and I get a chance to get all of the things done, you will get that spot. Thank you for that. There's plenty of prizes, plenty of Raider prizes. I'm still looking for which country was it? What whiskey country? Because he won in the Super Bowl. He did. He won in the Super Bowl as the first person to score, and he said it was going to be Hurts, and he won. And I owe him a program, a Raiders program from because I got one from when the Raiders beat the Cardinals in that same field. Got a boatload of those. So I owe him one of those, and I owe him a Raiders program from Oakland and other things. And I need to get with him. So if you see Whiskey Country, tell him to send me his information, please. And see, we're talking basketball. Don't look now, but Denver just tied Golden State. Is it in like a game, I'm thinking, right? Because the playoffs haven't started yet. And I admit, like I said, I definitely like the Warriors more than I like the Lakers. Sorry. I like the Warriors more than the Lakers. See if there's any messages wrong here. Who the hell is this? Oh boy. Get a message from an unknown number that says, hi. What bull crap. It's definitely spam. Every time I've answered, said, who is this? And then I get a picture of some Asian chick. Seriously, that's not racist, because it's always been an Asian chick. Said, don't you remember me? No, never met you. Let's say, who is this? It's Sunday night, and you're asking Captain Jack, and I'm asking whoever texted me a hi. Who is this? Go that. What do you think about Matt Corral if the Panthers want to get rid of? Oh man, I would love Matt Corral. You're talking about the kid that used to play for Mississippi State, right, John? He'd be an excellent pickup. He'd be an excellent pickup. Yeah, I'd take him because he's been around. What was it? Is he what? He's like a third year, right? I think he's third year. But yeah, I'd take Matt Corral, John. Yeah, kid's got a lot of spunk. So yeah, I'd take that. And again, thank you for your super sticker, and you will get a spot on the prize wheel. I'll spin the prize wheel, and we'll figure out what you won if you win. If you win, by the way, your name comes up, and then we'll see what you win. But I gotta get that. I'll do that. Hopefully, I'll do that before I go to mid-April. I'm going to Texas for the TNBC party. I know that Hollywood was in here earlier. I'm surprised Oso hasn't hit up because remember, if you're a Raider Nation and you got nothing going on in mid-April, and you can come on out to Dallas on the Friday. The Friday the 14th and Saturday the 15th, I think, is the days. Come on out to Dallas for the TNBC birthday party. Lots of people are going to be out there. Come on out to Texas. But yeah, John, to answer your question, Matt Corral, I'd love him. I wanted to get him when he was with Mississippi State and he was up in the draft. But why? But who's the Panthers quarterback, right? Did I miss something? Because they didn't get Derek Carr. I don't even know who the Panthers quarterback is. And the my Lakers, my possessive, my Lakers whooped Golden State this season. Denver having their way right now. Don't care. Because I will wear my, I think it's a Steph Curry old jersey. Well, it's a red Golden State jersey, like throwback, but when they were red, but really nice. Oh, okay, thank you. They got the number one pick. So okay, so they draft number one. So they're going to have either Stroud or Bryce. Not Bryce Harper. That's the Philly. It's not Bryce Howard. Is it Bryce Howard? Bryce Howard. They got the number. Okay. So yeah, if they wanted to get rid of Corral, I'd take him. Yeah, I'd take him in a minute. But thank you for reminding me, because again, all I know is Raiders got 7, and I will know like what the draft things are when I get out to Kansas City. At least I know the Raiders will be drafting in the first round this year. Maybe early. Maybe early. But Andy Dalton is their backup. Wasn't he with? He was with the Saints last year, right? How mad would I be about trading down to the 20 range for Hooker? You mean trading back? I think the Raiders have more of a chance of trading up for AR-15 than they do in trading down and getting Hooker. I'm all for a Hooker in Vegas, and I say that as soon as the Bishop came on. I waited to make sure that he was on the line and he was looking at me. See, I see the smirk. I see the smirk. I see the smirk. There's the smile. I said, I'm all about. You got your collar on? You got your collar on? He might have it. He might have his collar on. I can't see if it's not. Oh no, that's his Lakers jersey. Oh, okay. I thought he was. He's doing this. I thought he was tugging. I thought he was tugging at his collar to show me his Bishop collar. He's shoving. He's got his Lakers jersey on. Okay. So if he's got his Lakers jersey on, I'm talking about hookers. He doesn't care about hookers in Vegas. He cares about his Lakers. He cares about his Lakers. I said, hey, I'm all about a hooker in Vegas, and I saw this, and I didn't see what it was there. And I thought, oh, he's got his collar on, so I gotta be kosher on Palm Sunday. Can't talk about hookers on Sunday.
Man,
you talk hookers on Sunday. How you doing, brother? Good to see
I'm good. I can't see anything on this end. I don't know what's going on.
We see you. That's the important thing. And
okay.
Your audio is good.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, yeah. I'll start with the Raiders. This is just my take. Clear my throat so I come off clear on this one.
Gotcha.
Look here, y'all. Now, Carr gone. Okay? So, with that nonsense, because the guy that is currently our quarterback has a 99.6 completion rating. Facts! So I'm excited about that. Mm-hmm. Now, I know he may not be the most healthiest guy when he gets injured and stuff. Okay. But he did say he wants to earn the starting job, even though there's nobody on the roster to challenge him for it. Mm-hmm. Okay? I like that character in him. I like that. He's a leader. Not just because of what he said on that day, but I've been following that guy for some years. Now I don't quite remember him getting so hurt in New England as he did in Santa Clara. And I'm just saying, some guys over history of my life have kind of malingered, if you will, the whole idea of, I think I'm going to sit this one out because they don't like where they are. Now, Chief, you and I both served in the Navy. We kind of saw that.
I did.
And we know, we have cardinal knowledge of people acting a fool and, I'm calling sick today. Hey, because they don't like where they are.
Yeah.
Now, they draft a guy under him, just like Aaron Rodgers had a guy drafted, and Aaron Love Mr. Love over there is no challenge to Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. But I understand the sentiment. Get me some dang help instead of drafting a backup for me. I understand it. But Green Bay does things differently.
That's true.
And so Santa Clara did it differently for this guy. And I think he's going to play for us a little bit better. A lot better, than he did at his other place. And he does have history with Josh McDaniels. So I'm willing to give this a fairer shake than I did with Carr with Josh McDaniels, because this guy he has history with. This guy has a better passer rating. This guy does want to win, and this guy's resume looks a whole lot better than Carr's ever did. Now, on to the draft. I wouldn't be so quick to say, let's trade Josh Jacobs, because we don't really have anybody back there that can do what he did last year. Mm-hmm. And those backups we got, they're backups. That's it.
I'm going to interject. I know you're going to make some salient points, but I'm going to interject because you were talking about, and I'm going to call it what it is. I hate these words. I hate these words, Bishop. The New
Go
England.
ahead.
I hate the words of the New England way. You were talking about the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo was not injured when he was playing, quote, the New England way. McDaniels was the offensive coordinator who was implementing the New England way. But
there you go.
If you also remember, the New England way does not have a stud running back in it. It's a bunch of little guys that do the job. They're interchangeable cogs because that's the New England way.
Right.
And if you got a back in Josh Jacobs that is the premier back in the NFL, the premier back in the NFL,
yeah,
and he's worth what the tag is. If you want him, it's going to cost you 2 ones. If you want him, if you go the New England way, and again, I hate saying those words. I do. But if it's the New England way, a.k.a. the new Raider way, I like to say that better. The new Raider way is you have a quarterback that has quick throws, a la Garoppolo in New England. If you have a wide receiver that can catch the ball quick, as in
two of them. Three receivers.
And with Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams, and I even talked about Renfro.
Yeah.
So
now
I think
now you're onto something right there.
Go ahead, sir.
Because we got better receivers than, say, New England might have ever had, and maybe they had a good number one, and that was, well, these other guys, well, they're marginal. So Wes Welker, this or that, whatever, but we got a good lineup out there.
Yes, we do.
And we picked up some tight ends who won't be kicking it at the club on the strip trying to marry the WNBA girl over there, which, by the way, I think she could have did a whole lot better than him. I'm just saying.
And this, by the way, folks, this is a bishop that's saying it.
And so now we look at the running back. I wouldn't be so quick to give up on Jacobs. I'd wait and see how he does under the tag right up until the trade deadline, and then maybe something. I wouldn't sell the house and cut my nose off to spite my face, and then we end up with a maybe on a draft pick, because we as the Raider Nation know we've had some busts show up at our front door over the years. In the past 20, 30 years, we've had some busts, some reaches, some and you know, I don't think we can afford to do it again. Not now in this 2023 or 24, going into the season. It looks better. I know we need to get something on defense. We could either get the guy from Georgia, that defensive front liner. I like it, but then is he going to stay out of jail question comes, and we don't need that again, especially not here. The cornerback out of Oregon, he looks solid.
Yeah, he does. Gonzalez, yep.
Can he transcend that into the NFL?
To be determined.
We don't know. See?
Exactly.
See? And if we spend these high draft picks on these guys who are so touted to be something that we just really don't know, next year, I get what I could get, but I'm not going to sell my front door, or how they say in the old term, go piss in the wind, because I think we should make a move when we really don't have to. We don't have to at number 7. We're in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a marquee player. Heck, man, and if there was a bad to the bone running back out there and he's the best available player, I'd pair him up with a Josh Jacobs. Look at Tennessee. And the only option I might consider is trading for that guy to come play for us instead of just getting all these draft picks. Maybe get a 3rd draft pick and give me Tennessee's running back.
Nah, you don't need Tennessee's running back. The offense, the Raiders offense.
That's my point.
The Raiders offense right now does not need a big bastard like Derrick Henry.
Well, that's my point.
You would have 2 Alabama running backs.
Right. But that's my point. So why are we even considering that when we don't have to?
Right.
I could see if we didn't have a first-round pick. Oh, yeah, we got to consider anything to upgrade here, but we don't have to. So let's not be so quick to do it, y'all. Be joyous in the fact that we got a quicker, faster quarterback that wants to win. He's hungry. Okay, he's not here to play patty cake. He wants to win, y'all, and you need to get behind it. Not because, oh, well, I know. I got a jersey in my closet too. I got to get rid of, but I don't care anymore. He's gone. Thank you. God bless you. But don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Hallelujah. I'm going to tell you right now, I do not care. It is a blessed thing that we have. And I'm going to go out and get me and the wife and our son, Jimmy G's white jersey, stitched.
Oh, why got to be a white jersey, man?
Because we so clean like this thing, man. I'm going to tell you, Denver. Then out to the NBA real quick. I'm gonna get off here.
Okay.
The standings are real tight. Denver's in first place with over 51 wins, and they going toe to toe with GSW, and it's going back and forth. Third quarter. Here comes the fourth here in another minute and 12 seconds. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you look at the standings in the West and the Pacific, a difference next week. The Lakers could be sitting at number 4. Dare I say it? But I said it tonight. They play the Clippers. They play the Utah, and they play another team that after they won tonight, the Rockets didn't make much of a difference, but helped them in the stature have another win. But the fact is, they could mess around with Golden State losing and be in 4th place before next week this time. Watch out.
Okay.
My Lakers are coming for number 18. Number 18.
Bishop, I got you, AJ. I don't care until it's time to say who's, and I'll say, who's in the playoffs? And I said, oh, it's April? I don't care. I don't care until it's June. Why? Yeah. You can get April and May behind you because I'm not care until June, because in June is when you get the conference finals and then the NBA finals, right?
Yeah, that's right. But look, man, it's special to me because my wife's birthday is April 7th. Mine is May 22nd. I'll be the big 5-0 this year. I'm going to tell you something. I didn't think I'd make it this far. God is good. He's good all the time. Hallelujah.
And you know what? He says, hallelujah, that I made it to 58.
Amen. And you know us, salty sailors, we don't live that long, but to God be the glory that we are still here in the 20-somethings auspicious years, because nobody thought 1999 when the clock turned 2000. Oh my goodness, are the clocks and the computers going to work? Is the banks going to go along with it? But we're here. We're here in spite of all that doubt. Don't doubt, Raider Nation. Be positive. Be positive. And I'm not resting my eyes on laurels saying, oh, well, I know Santa Clara is not Vegas and the teams are a little different, but we have a better quarterback. The guy, man, he damn near won 2 Super Bowls.
Okay, hey, I need to let you know, AJ, because you can't see it on your screen because you're having trouble with your video. But I brought on OG Daniel, who's wearing a Navy veteran hat just like you are.
Hey, Salty, I love you, man. We are salty doggies forever.
I like you, Bishop.
Hey, bless you,
man. Times
man.
I agree with you, but not tonight, brother.
Bless you. Bless you in the name of Jesus. Even though we don't agree, the Bible says it's good to have good conversation.
There you go.
We must be good stewards and just conversate. That's and not great. Fight, but conversate.
Right, but I do not agree with a lot of things you said tonight, brother.
And the reason why I brought, because Daniel knows I don't like to do 3 screens, but he's jumping out of his video camera shaking his head when you're talking about Jimmy G. So, because of the not dissension, but disagreement, and you said you were going to go anyway, right? But I wanted to bring him on, especially when you're both wearing Navy hats, and I'm the schmuck that don't have one.
Are we on Roku?
Yeah, we're on Roku.
Okay, so I'll keep it clean.
Okay.
Jimmy Garoppolo, king of the IR. I don't care what you say. The man's missed 30 some odd games over the last 2 years. You better hope that our backup is good because he don't count. Second.
Well, we'll see.
Josh McDaniel and Dave Ziegler, if you're saying that, and Josh we trust, get out of here. Okay. Mark Davis made a statement that he doesn't like being called the Las Vegas Patriots or the Patriots West. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Who'd you bring into this family?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. There was another YouTuber who I respect.
Because see, there's some things you say right there I can't help but to agree with on that point.
2 years ago, we were a playoff team. Where did we go last year? How we do in the playoffs last year? We didn't.
Right.
Okay. These ain't people that I trust and respect because of the fact that I got 49 years of fandom invested in this.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've
I know
seen the
that.
Raiders and their greatness. I was around for those Super Bowl wins, climbing the mountain and be standing on top of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. These guys come in, and what do they bring? Patriots. Mark Davis saying, I don't like it. Yeah, tough. You know why? Because this is exactly what it is. But this other Raiders content creator said, just because you married my aunt don't make you family. Just because you married my sister, you don't make you family. I don't trust you. I got 49 years in this. What do you got? One, and you've taken a playoff team to where we went.
Yeah.
Okay, but I ain't
over these clowns. I ain't gonna be on board. You
better G, let me break in on that one comment. Okay? Because I'm gonna say this. I think that all these people that are so anti this, and I agree with Mark Davis that he's bitching. Said I don't care about these people bitching about us being the Las Vegas Patriots, but that's the point. Is this under that system? McDaniels and all of these little cogs did well, and I will also say this. Everybody keeps harping back to the 1 year that we made the playoffs most recently. That was a smoke and mirrors year. I keep saying that.
No.
Smoke and mirrors. We
had a coach that everybody would have ran through the wall for. Okay. There is dissension with this coach, and you can see it. See Darren Waller. See what Derek Carr. See this. No, just bringing in extra Patriot players. These guys, no, I'm sorry, man. Prove to me that you can win. Show me you got my back. I'm a Raiders fan. I got 49 years invested. You got nothing. You're just married into the family, but you ain't family until you prove to me that you got my back.
I've been a fan since 1976. I'll see the big 5-0 on May 22nd, and I've been rolling through the ups and the downs, the ebbs and lows of it. And I will say this about that whole thing about I don't like what it's how it's said either, and I know, but doggone it, we as Raiders, the Raider way wasn't working for how long? We ain't seen Super Bowl since 2001.
We haven't won a Super Bowl since 1983.
Right. So whatever we've been doing as Raiders, it stinks. Hot garbage.
Until McDaniels and Ziegler show me that we can win Super Bowls, it still stinks.
Well, how are they going to show you?
3 to 5 year window. I'm just saying.
He's already had a year.
Wait. What for both of you? For both of you. How are they going to show you if you want to run them out of town after 1 year, OG?
I didn't say they've been running them out of town. I said I don't trust them until they prove something to me.
Okay, well then, but let them prove it.
See. Somebody said something about Carr.
But if
they
they
said
ain't winning, I'm dragging them.
But see, when they lost the game and people were talking about Carr, and Carr did have some things to do with the loss, like INT, pick six, and all that other stuff. I'm gonna keep it real. They said this key part. Well, was Carr on defense? Was Carr the offensive line? Was he the defensive line? Was he the defensive coach? Was he the tight end? Was he the offensive coordinator? You see, but
offense.
You're missing something.
Under this supreme offense they have, Carr had his worst year. Then once they brought out, let me finish. Once they brought out, what was his name? Who's now our spy for Denver?
That's another thing. That's another thing.
No. They brought out Stidham, and all of a sudden there's a new playbook. Come on, man. You didn't see a whole bunch of new plays being run that weren't run before? Come on, man. Look, there's BS involved here. I don't trust these guys. I'm not going to trust them. Win me a season.
Nobody gets to leave the facility with their playbook. They got protocols for all that.
Stidham's got it in his head. He's going to Denver.
But he ain't the one on the field, and that's okay too. That's okay too. But if we
don't sweep Denver this year, you ain't gonna think coincidence?
First of all, let's go there. So let me see if I got this right. So because you bring in Sean Payton, Russell Wilson is a brand new 21-year-old quarterback. Nah, he's still an older guy like you and me trying to roll out there and throw that football in this fast-paced NFL. And he's getting his bell rung in the AFC West, and it ain't going to happen any better just because Sean Payton is the coach. Nah, Tigers don't change their stripes, y'all. Come on, talk to me. We're not in elementary here on this one, right?
Okay.
Denver still got problems.
Let's see how it goes against that team. Let's see how it goes. The team we've swept for 3 straight years without.
I'm not. Why? Come on, man. I love you guys. Why are we?
I'm not panicking. I had the.
But I hear it in everybody's voice,
man. I had the bar up here a year ago. Bar was up here a year ago.
I know. I seen the same thing.
And I dug a hole and I buried the bar. That's where I'm at right now with this team.
But we can't live like that. And
no, I don't have to worry about it. I saw us win 3 times, man. I can just dust off the old rings. That's what I got to live with. I'm gonna tell you right now. I want you to, at the end of this year, okay, see where Derek Carr is and see where his team is, and then we'll know who the fucking problem was.
Oh, I'll tell you this. I guarantee you when he said, and I quote, I can win in this division. Every defensive coordinator in that division down there is locker room material before they go take the field. He said he can beat y'all. Bonuses for anybody who get 4-5 sacks in the game. And if he gets a stretcher, okay.
So
that was actually Williams, though.
No.
That was Williams.
I know who did it down there in New Orleans, but I'm saying it's going to be on like Donkey Kong, feasting on the quarterback. In that division, they got some tough defenses. It's not just no walk in the park. Tampa Bay, no joke on defense.
Ends next year for DC, and let's see where the season ends next year for the Raiders, and we'll figure out who the problem really is.
Okay, well then, you know what? Let's put a pin in that. Because right now it is the 2nd of April.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 2nd of April. Let's revisit this in 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
Let's revisit this in 9 months. And by the way, I want to say we got Mundungus Creevy of the Broncos MHRT network here. Sue saying the Raiders have a Josh McDaniels problem. Trust me, I know. But Nuggish, your information is 15 years old.
Right.
So we'll see. I said, let's put a pin in this conversation between what Bishop says. Let me get my fingers right.
I want to know what who you taking in the draft?
Let's put a pin in it. Let's put a pin in this. In fact, we'll go, and Cool Cat says we'll revisit this week 7, which is almost halfway through the season. But I'll even say this. Let's revisit this halfway through the season. And if I'm still here, and if Bishop's still here, and if OG's still here, and hopefully we're all still here, let's come back and see at the halfway point what it looks like. And even then, it's still up in the air. Why? Because McDaniels' first year in Denver, they were 8-0.
Right.
First year. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but let's see at least where we're going halfway through this year to see if it looks any better than the 6-11 that we had last year. Remember, if we got 4 wins at the halfway point, technically we're doing better. If we got 4 wins at the halfway point, technically we're doing better than we were last year, considering we're halfway to 8.
I like that our positions are improving in some kind of way, and the defense defensive line played a little bit better. Secondary played a little bit better towards the end of the season. The offensive line, which everybody said was trash, seemed to have gotten better cohesively. Now we go through the draft and see who we get, and then we'll have this conversation again. And then once season 2-3 games go in there, let's revisit it. But I'm gonna tell you something. I happen to like where it's going, where it's trending, because last season was hot garbage. I don't think we're going to be going the same direction. I don't see it. This quarterback's not going to be throwing to the sideline and standing there panicking and taking a strip sack and throwing 5 interceptions during the game and missing the wide open receiver down the field. Come on, man. They got Debo over there. He's one guy. So we got AD. I mean, we got Adams over there.
Jimmy Garoppolo. Let's see where we're at in week 6 when he's on IR. Who's our backup? Who's our backup?
We talked about that. Guys who malinger and act like they're hurt and they're not really hurt. Let me guess. Waller. Because he didn't want to be here. He didn't want to be here. So he played the part. I live here in Vegas. I'm not at the club, but I hear it. I see the pictures. I knew about it. Nobody listened. But this guy's out here kicking it. When it was time for us to make the playoff run, he shows up. Oh, I'm ready. I'm healthy now. You and I ain't in the locker room to see the reports or to see who's really hurt or read the real fine line truth about these people. But people who are malingered, you can go beyond years at other teams and look at it. They don't want to play because they didn't get a new contract. So they ankle ain't ankling. They leg ain't legging. Come on, man. It's the truth. I spoke to an agent many years ago. You know what he told me in a bar?
Jimmy Garoppolo's going now. Who's your backup?
Oh, okay. Well, we about to find out in the draft.
Whoa. For both of that, we don't know yet.
But that's what I said.
We don't know yet, OG, but you know what? Let's find out.
With our offensive line. I don't want. We need to have a good backup. I'm just saying.
I hate doing it.
But
I got to mute OG. Don't let me mute you there. I had to mute OG. As of right now, we don't know yet, OG. I had to mute you because, again, I can't stand when I have to mute somebody to get a point across. We will see who the backup is in May, June, July. We don't know in April, okay?
But I wanted to point out something.
Let's find out where we go.
Let's make sure we have a good backup.
I spoke to a sport agent many years ago, and I was sitting at a bar way back when, before I'm the man I am today. And he said something to me, and I couldn't believe it when he said it, but it was so true. He said, "You know about these players that make it from college?" He said in college they ball out because they're trying to make it to the pros. But when they get to the pros, 70% maybe at best. These guys don't play to their full maximum potential or ability. So when I said they are out there malingering, I'm not talking from the side of my face.
So why watch pro sports?
Because you and I both love our Raiders, and we love the passionate way they used to play without these big, ridiculous contracts and all this TV and all this other stuff that goes with it. You and I want to see what we saw years ago: Smash Mouth, Hard Knocks. You know, you put that helmet on, it's time to get it on. Those Raiders didn't play for all this. They played there for their hearts. They wanted to win a championship. They didn't play for this stuff. Because if that was the case, man, Kenny Stabler would have 10 rings, and Plunkett would have about 8, and Bo, he would have never got hurt because it's leaning towards the offense instead of the defense. There's so many dynamics that have changed. Now you can't even hit nobody like you used to. Well, then why are you wearing pads? See?
Well, then maybe it's time to get a new sport.
Yeah. 17, gonna get 18 this year, brother. 17, gonna get 18. Gonna get 18. We gonna get 18. In Denver, they're about to beat Golden State.
Maybe it's just time to raise the mainsail and win the regatta, because some of these other sports, well, no, those are a bunch of drunk guys. Oh, yeah. That used to be the NFL.
Right. It's sad the way it's gone, but it's true. We don't have what we used to.
Oh, they just watch college. They ain't getting paid, and they play to their best.
Man, an average ticket just to get into
the college football. I never watch college football. Maybe I should switch.
An average ticket to get into the Death Star, they call it, $600 for the nosebleeds, man, per ticket. And you can't park in the parking lot.
So why not just watch college football when they're playing their best and skip the pros?
See?
I mean, I had a friend of mine say that. They play their best in college. And what your agent friend said, well, maybe I should just switch to college football and stop watching the pros.
It's true. These guys they pick and choose who they want to play for, what coach, what system now. The guy's not happy. He wants out. Look at Lamar Jackson. You know, he deserves a contract. I don't think he should get paid Watson money, but he deserved a contract.
Watson shouldn't have got paid Watson money.
Yeah, in some kind of way. But Watson shouldn't have got that money.
No.
He ain't won nothing.
I think I'm going to switch to college football because I'm really sick of what I'm seeing.
You see it.
Or maybe rugby. I love rugby. It's one of the greatest games. It's a busted running play that runs for an hour straight, and that's the most fun play of football.
Right. Couple collarbones broke. Yeah.
Because it's a bunch of drunk guys who can better act with their sales. I mean, I'm so over it. I'm so over it.
Yeah. No, I dig it. I understand what you're saying because I ain't getting paid. And DirecTV, they crazy. They want $300 a month just to watch TV.
They want our money. They want us to buy their merch. They want us to buy their tickets. And this is the product we get. Get the hell out of here.
Right. When I moved here to
this now, man.
The Raiders asked me to buy a seat, and they moved me from the first deck up to the third deck without telling me or asking my permission. And I said, give me my $100 back on my deposit. They said, why? I said, because I'm not going to pay one to see the dog and pony show that's moving from Oakland. Y'all act like y'all just came off something, like you won something. You haven't won a doggone thing. And now you want crazy money to sit up in there and be mad. And I got to walk with thousands out to the park and sit in that long traffic just to get home, and I live here now. I watch it on TV, so when they suck the toilet, I can just change that channel with the clicker. I don't, man. What's his name? The guy who runs the Winter Soldier. He posts every now and then on Facebook, but I feel for him because you, Captain, and you, OG, and a few others out here, yeah, we seen the glory days. That's not our football out there. That's out there today.
No, it's not the product we have. That's definitely not the coaches.
And well, you know what? Again, OG, and trust me, I know somebody who's disgruntled. If you go into a dictionary and go for the term disgruntled, your picture is there.
Yeah, I am disgruntled.
I get it. But you know what? You are also not giving the future any credence, because I'm at least going to wait and see. I'm at least going to see what
I'm going to wait and see.
If you said,
don't get me wrong, but every time we lose, I'm going to drag these fools. You know what? I've been with this team for 50 years. You give me 3 good years. It's like being in a marriage. You've been in a marriage for 50 years. You give me 3 good years. No, I'm disgruntled.
Okay, well, then you know what? If you're disgruntled, then be disgruntled. But I'm at least going to see what the product is, and it's
I'm gonna see
right
it.
Now.
And when it's bad, I'm gonna drag it. I have the right to. I've been here for 50 years. I got a right to drag it if it's bad.
I've been a Raider fan for just as long, if not longer. Okay, but
3 days.
There's changes coming, but you don't know what the product is going to be until you at least see what the full roster is.
Hey, you don't.
Quarterback. I don't know.
Hey, the first 10 years of the marriage was good. Okay, the last 48 been so good. I got doubts.
Okay, well, you can have doubts, but it's April. We haven't even had the draft yet, OG. It's April. Let's see who we draft. Let's see if we get rid of
we're at a point in this relationship of show me what you got.
Okay, but you're not even waiting to show. You're already, the Raiders are going to suck, and it's April, and you're saying, I show you what you got. Well, you're not waiting to see what they got. You're not waiting.
Hey, look.
How can you say, show me what you got? If it's April, and the Raiders are going to suck.
Look.
I'm
look,
saying, bitch better go on a diet, get dressed up sexy, and show me something.
No. Wait. Let's put this in the proper perspective real quick. We had John Gruden picking at this same very number a few years ago. Okay? Mm-mm. He blew it. Who'd he pick? Cleveland Farrell. Remember
John
that?
Gruden,
Remember that? Now
I was there.
Now we get to see. Now we get to see. Now we get to see
our first real draft in years.
If Ziegler
Mark Davis
gets it right,
hired the coach to hire the GM. It doesn't go. That's not the way it's supposed to.
It's backwards. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
this is Mark Davis's issue.
That whole thing was. There was other guys out there that coordinator for the Chiefs, and we could have easily got him, but.
Let me ask a question to the both of you, okay? What are you guys going to do about it right now? What are you going to do about the fact? What are you going to do about it right now? I'm asking you, Bishop. I'm asking you, OG, because you guys are saying like you're going to do something about it. You ain't going to be able to do a flying Foxtrot. Not a G. I'm sorry. I won't even say G.
What I'm going to do is watch and observe.
Oh, see, I think that was kind of wrong, though.
I'm going to watch and observe.
Okay.
And I'm going to watch.
I'm optimistic.
And when they mess up, I'm going to drag them. And when they win, salute them.
Okay. Well, then you know what, OG? Come back in week. We got 17. Come back in week 8. Come back in week 8, and we will. And Bishop, let's try to do this again. OG, let's try to do this again. The schedule ain't out yet, but let's.
I'm optimistic.
In week 8, and
I'm optimistic.
You're optimistic, and I'm distrustful.
No,
because
no. I'm not optimistic.
I am.
No, I said him. I'm talking about Bishop. He said he's optimistic.
I am. I've got reasons to be.
And I got reasons to be distrustful.
Okay. Well, then we got a quorum. We got the two sides of the coin.
You know what's going to happen?
Two sides of the coin. Yin and yang.
Captain, you know what's going to happen? All these doubters, all of them. And I know, OG, I understand. But everybody who's doubting Jimmy G, watch this. Soon as he scores the first touchdown and how he scores it, and the first win he gets, 2 or 3, everybody going to be, he's so good.
No. I want to see if he's still on the field week 7.
Yeah, you hear this?
No, I ain't about that. I'm about, is he going to be on the field week 7?
But you hear this. He's your quarterback.
He's an IR victim.
He's your quarterback right now. You going to support him or you going to...
I'm going to support him until he goes on IR and then go, okay, what do we got next?
This guy just came off of an NFC championship twice and 1 trip to the Super Bowl. Carr has not taken us to nothing. Nothing.
Last 2 years, he's lost.
Nothing.
He's been out over 30 games in the last 2 years. Stop.
Because
what team was he on?
Please do some reality.
What team was he on, OG?
He's been on the Niners for the last 5 years, and they don't even want him.
Okay, I got Niner fans right now who are talking to me saying, "Oh no, we don't want no Trey Lance." Damn, y'all got a good one because he did take them. He was the leader of that.
Yes, he took them, but in the last 2 years, he has been on the field barely.
His resume, he was in the NFC Championship game twice, and one of those birthed to the Super Bowl. He was there on the field, man.
And in the last 2 years, he's been on IR for most of both seasons, bro.
No, that's not most. No, use a different adjective. That is not true. Most is not true.
When it counted, he was there leading his team, getting ready to get a chip twice in the last 3 years. Twice. Carr ain't did that in 10 years.
If Jimmy G and Josh McDaniel prove me wrong, I will salute them and follow along and buy in. But for right now, I'm not buying into a damn thing.
Okay, well, good. That's fine. But you know what? Don't come in here strutting. Don't come in here strutting like saying like we are, because I knew you from when we were doing shows last year. It was a dynasty in the making, OG.
Yeah, I thought so.
It was a dynasty in the making.
And they broke my heart again. Just like the Dodgers. Break your heart in October.
Okay. Well,
listen to this.
Okay. And you know what, guys? I got a special guest that just came in that I haven't heard from in literally years. So I'm going to go over. I'm going over my 2 hours, which is show. But we're gonna put a pin in this. And I love you, brothers, for being here. My salty brothers, Navy ties, Navy blue and gold. Love you. I'm going to give you both because we're going to put a pin in this conversation.
Hoo-yah.
We're going to put a pin in this conversation, come back mid-year, and let's discuss this. And again, for those that are watching right now, if you are on Roku, you're going to lose me in about 7 minutes. You're going to lose me in about 7 minutes. But I'm going to be going beyond 11 o'clock.
What'd you finish as? What was your rating?
I made first increment E5 2 days before I got out.
All right, E6 here.
Class. And realistically, I should have made it sooner because I made E2 and E3 twice. We can't tell that story.
So, I kind of teased the Chiefs. They wanted to stop being the NCO and wanted to get that big round hat. I might have to call him sir every now and then.
No, man, I made QM2 2 days before I got out first increment. But I never put the patch on because I'm like, I'm getting out.
Hey, well, I'll leave you with a joke. How's this? How does a guy in the Air Force get a Purple Heart?
Grab it from somebody in the hospital, from a guy that was put in the hospital with one?
No. You got an answer, OG?
Is that impossible?
Yeah. He actually stands up.
I like it. Okay. And Big L, don't go nowhere, Big L, because I'm going over for you.
God bless you guys, man.
Oh, and Matt Marinovich says he falls off the chair. That's how he gets the Purple Heart.
That way too. And if he actually goes to work, he's going to get one.
There you go. Hey, and again, we got our other doc in the house. He says here, and again, don't go nowhere, Big L. I'm going over for you. Too much doom and gloom. Pray for my boys to get back to the promised land.
Right.
HM1 Surface Warfare Fleet Marine Force Doc Cabral shouting at both you guys and me. Okay.
Hey, Salty.
There you go. Bishop.
God bless you guys, man.
Blessings and salutations to you. Give me an amen out the doors, sir.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to say God bless you all in the name of Jesus, and I love you guys. Bless the Raider Nation.
There you go. Thank you there, Bishop. OG, thank you as well, sir. We'll come back on this one. I'm going to get the Big L before he goes away. Gentlemen, been a pleasure. Take care, guys. Don't go nowhere, people. Don't go nowhere. We got Big L coming in. And I haven't seen Big L in years. So like I said, if you were on Roku, you're going to lose me in about 4 minutes. But I'm going over. Why? Because I got Big L in here. Big L, you can swear after 11 o'clock, but try not to. Okay, I can't hear you yet because I can see you moving your lips. But you just wait until the top of the hour. But I'm going to bring you in now, folks. I want to bring in my shipmate that we used to do. In fact, if you go to my YouTube page, at the very bottom of the YouTube page was the podcast that Big L and I and Andrea Trask did years ago. We used to do a podcast, and we put them in here, and they're on my YouTube page. If you want to hear the old school Captain Jack's and Big L's and Andrea Trask information and podcasts, go to there. And without further ado, I'm bringing you on, brother.
Okay.
I got Big L in the house. How you doing there, brother?
I'm not as big of an L, but I'm still here. I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. Like I said, for anybody else, I'm going over my 2 hours, which means I can't use the show on an update. But but that's fine. Like I said, Roku is not going to be able to use this, Roku's going to stop in about 3 minutes. But again, I got Big L in the house. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Send me your update, and I can pop in and hang out with you for a little while on your actual.
Like I said, I'm going over. We're gonna chat for a while because you came in, but I can only do 2 hours and keep the show for, like, God forbid, if I needed to show like another time.
Oh,
I could
okay.
push it. But no, I'm going over for you. I mean, it could be a minute
Okay.
over or whatever, but we're going to talk. Big Al, how you doing, partner? First off, where are you?
Right now, I'm just outside of Chicago,
Okay.
but I am moving back to the area after I tie up everything out in California with the services and everything with my mother, because there's delays. Get this, there's a delay, basically a backup at the crematorium, so they haven't been able to cremate his body yet.
Okay, I'm sorry, you were rolling in and out of the bubble, so I apologize. Condolences to you on the loss of whichever family member, I'm guessing, that you lost.
My brother.
Your brother. Okay, condolences to you on that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we have to wait until they actually can cremate his body before we can have the service.
Okay. Well,
so
again,
he's sitting in a cooler at a crematorium.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. I mean, but at least you're in Chicago in April instead of the dead of December and January.
No, trust me, it still sucks. A day above 40 is still an oddity here. I will never. I avoided it my entire military life. I only did it in 3 and 4 day spurts when I played football.
Yeah.
Never, ever. And now that I have metal in my knee, it's true. It's true. Metal is way worse than bone when it comes to picking up the thermal temperature when it's cold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. Because the other thing is buried so deep it doesn't matter. But my knee, yeah. But anyway, enough about me. What's been going on? What's going on in your world? I heard you guys talking about the Raiders just circus, and I will not have anybody tell me who my quarterback is. I know who the Raiders quarterback is. I do not have to accept any crap that idiot, that oxymoron to his father does to desecrate this team. I will always be a Raider fan. I do not have an NFL option. That does not mean that I have to be excited about the bullshit that he's doing. Excuse my language.
No, you're good. It's past 11, so you're good.
Okay. I don't have to be happy about that shit. If Jimmy Garoppolo actually finally lives up to the expectations, absolutely wonderful. Cool. I'll be a happy Raider fan.
Mm-hmm.
Just like had this fucking oxygen thief that's our coach lived up to his expectations, I'd have been a happy Raider fan. Was I excited when they hired him? No, because he rose out of the still-watered cesspool that is Bill Belichick's, or should I say Tom Brady's coaching pool. Because I don't care what anybody else says. Since Tom Brady, Bill Belichick is the same Bill Belichick that coached the Cleveland Browns. Tom Brady made the difference in that coaching staff. Tom Brady is the best quarterback in the NFL in the history of the game. I argued that point the entire time he was in New England. I don't argue it anymore. Because look at what has happened to the great Patriot head coach in the wake of Tom Brady's departure. We always knew his tree was trash because nothing has gone out of it. The best coach to leave New England is Mike Vrabel.
I was glad you said that because I was going to bring his ass up because everybody always forgets Mike Vrabel is a Belichick disciple. They always bring up Bill O'Brien. They bring up Mangini. They bring up Romeo Crennel. They bring up Matt Patricia. Yeah, those
They
guys
bring
are
up
trash.
outstanding coordinators. They don't bring up good coaches. There's a difference between a coordinator and a coach. A coach is an all-encompassing head. That's the head of the beast. A coordinator is an arm or a leg. The coach is the brain. None of them have developed into coaching. The best right now, the coach with the best coaching tree is out in LA. He plays against one of his coaches in San Francisco. They all started under Andy Reid. Andy Reid's coaching tree is impeccable.
Right.
But he doesn't get credit for his tree. He only gets credit for Mahomes. Andy Reid could have pretty much taken any quarterback with that much mobility and had the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. The team that McDaniels left in Denver went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, with what coach? This is also the idiot that drafted Tim Tebow.
I'm actually going to give credence to that comment below, because I'll tell you, this is something that I know I learned from my Denver guy that I do the Wednesday shows with, the Wild Wild West. Even though McDaniels wasn't there when Denver went to the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, the core and the cogs and the pieces of the Denver Broncos that went to those Super Bowls were McDaniels picks, additions, and putting things together. The team was a McDaniels team that he wasn't there to see. Kind of like Tony Dungy built the team that won against the Raiders because it was one guy, Gruden, that knew what the Raiders playbook was, but it was Tony Dungy's team. Like Tony Dungy had the team in the Colts that all he was told
Tony Dungy's
offense up, and then they won a Super Bowl too. So there were people that built things along the way, and somebody else gets the credit.
And who truly, but then again, just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when the Broncos won the Super Bowl, when the Broncos win, what got them there? When they won, the defense carried them.
Right.
What won the defense? What won the game for Tampa? The defense.
Right. And that was Dungy and Kiffin that did that.
I won't give McDaniels credit for the simple fact, okay, maybe he was there. The person that got the players there was the GM. The GM we have now is an idiot.
Okay, are you saying that Ziegler is an idiot?
I'm not agreeing with any moves that they've made so far. They brought in a couple of players. The thing that irritates me the most, Waller should have been traded last year.
I agree with that.
Darren Waller should have not gotten a penny out of our purse.
I agree with that.
You could have traded him for more last year than paying him and then getting a third for him this year.
That I agree with that. I agree with that.
I don't care what everybody's in love. Go back and look. He's dropped key passes. Yep. He's made half efforts on intercepted passes.
Yep. I agree.
He's half-ass blocked on plays that could have been broken. He's been the last block. The tackler was his block.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a great asset on offense? Only when his number is the number called.
Yeah.
That's not working.
And then he still drops half of those passes.
Right. He wasn't worth the money.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I love Renfro, he shouldn't have got paid yet. That was Jacobs' money when they could have afforded to keep it. I don't care how great he thinks his offense is. Without a master of that offense, it doesn't work. Jarrett Stidham has been in that offense for 3 years, yet a rookie could beat him out. Jarrett Stidham's not a good enough quarterback
Well,
to run an offense in the NFL.
In Stidham's defense, when he was going to be the quarterback of measure, he got injured, which is why they brought in, they had Mac Jones there, and that was Stidham's year, and he got injured because that was Stidham's year. Mac Jones was supposed to be his understudy. The last year of McDaniels when they went to the playoffs. Other years when they had what you call it, the dude, Superman, Stidham got injured.
Oh, Cam Newton.
So I'm just saying, Stidham has an injury history that's even worse than Jimmy G's.
And for me, it's like Garoppolo wasn't worth what we paid for him. And then, not that we had a snowball chance in hell of getting him, I'm like, I had a really strange feeling Lamar Jackson was going to end up not signing with Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I understand saving the money and, the love and the respect of having your mother as your agent. But when it comes right down to it, unless she has that acumen previously, they're going to eat her alive. And that's exactly what they've done. They've shown her no respect. And now that he hired an agent, it's late enough in the game where they can play hardball.
And I actually, and I don't know if you were here at the beginning, because again, I start at 9 Eastern time for my shows, 9 to 11 when I do a complete. But the word is that the Raiders are going to trade up to 3 to get Anthony Richardson. Okay. With and again, that's not my favorite deal. But if that is who that will eventually spell and be the quarterback of the future, providing he can learn, okay. And hopefully I'm still around when I see Anthony Richardson as the Raiders starting quarterback host of Lombardi. Hopefully I'm still here, Al. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But the other thing
I was going to say, shipmate, we're in the same boat when it comes to that.
I got you.
But for me, it's like, why trade?
Here's the second thing which goes along with what I was brought that up for, since you weren't here at the beginning. The wrench that can be thrown in that is, by the way, if Jackson comes down from his high horse and his I can say it now, bullshit, what I want. If he comes down off of that, there's a very good opportunity that they say that the Raiders might go after Jackson instead.
What, and offer Garoppolo as trade bait?
I wasn't up on exactly what the parameters were, but
my thing would be, first off, addressing the draft. Why move?
I don't want to. I want to stay. I want to stay at 7 and get the best available.
Whoever is there when we pick.
Yeah. Or
there is no way
back and acquire more.
There is no way, no how that all 4 ready quarterbacks are going to be gone. And nobody, it's like he fell off the face of the earth in one play. Herndon Hooker out of Tennessee. He was the darling of college football until he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, he's nothing. I don't necessarily agree with that. 1. 2, I'm not going to entertain the madness, because it's all hearsay. And of course, everybody's interested in Richardson because somebody behind us wants our pick. And mysteriously, there's probably a couple of good old boys that stirred up some interest in Richardson and have convinced Mr. Magoo, Mr. Egghead, and the genius crew in Laughlin that maybe somehow we're going to get Duke, and they moronically trade up for a guy that they probably could have picked at 30. I mean, we can't blame this regime for, 3 out of 4 Gruden's drafts. But the reality to me is because somebody is going to believe the hype and draft this drafts Jamarcus Russell.
Oh, trust me.
Because to me,
Partner,
the way
I am on record, and I'm a Gator. I'm a Gator. But I am on record stating that I do not want Anthony Richardson as the quarterback.
Yeah, because you've seen him.
Yeah.
That's just like everybody. I'll date myself. You know me. I'm a Trojan. I can go back as far as don't draft Matt Leinart. Don't draft him. Don't draft Mark Sanchez. Sanchez had 1 year. Do not draft him. He was better as a pro than I thought, but he still turned out 5 years he was gone. Matt Leinart wasn't even that. He was a rag arm lefty in college. He played with 6 Pro Bowl skill position players.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not even talk about the offensive line he had. He was the 2000s version of Rick Meyer.
Yeah.
I lived in Seattle when everybody was happy that they drafted Rick Meyer. I laughed. 3 of Rick Meyer's, 3 of the guys that Rick Meyer started with are in the Hall of Fame. He didn't have to do anything at quarterback. And that's the thing for me with this quarterback class.
No, Ed Winchell. No. He does not hate USC. He is a USC Trojan, just like you are, Ed.
No, I don't hate USC. Pay attention and listen. That's half the problem with most people. They assume, so they're waiting to have something to say instead of keeping their mouths shut and opening their ears. I am a diehard USC fan. I can go back to remembering Mike Garrett running the ball. I just don't look it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, I remember rooting when Pat Hayden was our quarterback, not our former athletic director.
Which Mike Garrett also was as well.
Right. And actually, no, I remember hearing Mike Garrett. I wasn't old enough to remember him running. But I do remember Charles Davis, or Anthony Davis.
Yeah, and Charles White.
Yep, Charles White. I had Ricky Bell's autograph.
Marcus Allen.
Yep. And yeah, because I was going to say Charles White was so good, Marcus Allen was actually a fullback.
Exactly. He was the fullback for Charles White.
Marcus Allen didn't play tailback till he was a junior.
Right.
That's why he only won. Did Marcus win? No, Marcus never won a Heisman. Charles White would be why.
Mm-hmm. Charles White won the Heisman, though.
Yeah. Marcus didn't, because by the time he started playing, there were other backs around the country. But back to the Raiders.
Back to the Raiders. There you go.
My reality is address what needs to be addressed. Our core at defense, we're wasting the career of Max Crosby. We're kind of wasting the career of Trayvon Moore. We have a couple of places. Hobbs is coming around. We have 2 pieces in the back that are decent. We have an absolute beast on the front line. Quit lollygagging with mediocrity. we can get farther with a good defense and a mediocre offense than we ever will with a good offense and a crappy defense.
Bingo.
Focus on what is important. Focus on what is going to get dubs, not what's going to get flashes. I would rather have a defense to be feared than an offense to get likes.
Yeah, and I was like, I said, I thought he did, but yeah, Marcus won in 81.
Okay.
I know Charles.
Yeah, because I was going to say I couldn't remember.
I know Charles White did as well, and Marcus followed him and won it as well.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Did Ricky Bell win that in between them?
He was a Heisman candidate. I don't know.
He was a Heisman candidate for 2 years, and Tampa drafted him in the first round, but then
because
they discovered the cancer.
That's why John McKay drafted him, because John McKay was the coach of the Buccaneers,
right.
And he drafted Ricky Bell. Yeah.
And then they discovered the cancer, and he died a year later.
Or so. It was
yeah. I think that's why the number 42 is retired in Tampa. If it's retired. I know they did for a while, but I don't know if they unretired it.
Okay, yeah, but All-Star was 40, so yeah, that might be one reason. I know 63 is retired.
Yeah, that was Leroy.
Right.
But that was the reality of it for me is it's not rocket science. Our offensive line is atrocious. I mean, the stat boys they did this or this. Eye test. Whenever they needed a block, they didn't get it. Whenever we needed the quarterback to have time to throw the ball, he didn't have it. Whenever we needed running yards, we normally didn't get it. Josh got most of his yards in games where either the score was lopsided in our favor or at the time in games we lost, like Jacksonville, because I was there. I saw. Yeah, we were fine in the first half when things were to our advantage. The yards slowed down when we needed them and couldn't get them. So that's the reality. I'm sitting on the bed. That's why I'm moving around.
Yeah, and you got about 5 minutes, Els. I got to go to bed myself too.
Well, and yeah, John, Carr held on to the ball too long in some cases. In other cases, he just didn't have enough time. I'm not going to say Carr was perfect, because there was a plenty of blame to go around all season. And so that's the reality of the situation to me. Look at things realistically. Don't force feed, you can't force feed bullshit down somebody's throat. Bullshit is bullshit. And I'm optimistic about everything. I'm not doom and gloom, it's going to suck. I'm like, I hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it sucking. I'm not guaranteeing anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping for the best, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised either way, because they're professionals and they're not out there to tank, regardless of what idiots think. The people tanking are the people providing the players to the coach. It's not the effort of the athlete. It's not the effort of the coaching staff.
Okay.
If an owner or a front office wants to lose, all they have to do is give you players that aren't good enough to win. And that's how they tank. They don't tank by giving players incentives to not play. They tank by taking away the ability to win by removing the quality players. Let that sink in and look at our roster.
Okay, well, I guess I will say that I agree that Waller was traded a year or two too late.
Yeah, he should have never got a bonus.
Right, and
especially when you mix in his age, and his effectiveness up until the contract.
Right,
it was suspect before it even got to that point.
Right, and I will also say that Carr was dealt with 2 years later than he should have been, when Washington was going to give up two ones for him. Washington, allegedly, I'll say allegedly, was going to give up 2 ones for Derek Carr, and we didn't jump on it. So that was a year.
That should have been a no-brainer as well.
Right.
Because at any time after Derek's 5th year, if somebody was willing to give up 2 ones, he should have been in another uniform.
Yeah. And I agree with Matt Marinovich on this. If they use the picks that we have on defense, I would say 80% of the picks on defense, maybe a smidgen on a tight end that's worthwhile, and an offensive lineman that's decent, good quality at wherever you pick them. But if you use like say 10 of the 12, or let's say you move 2 of those picks in order to move up. So now you got 10 picks, but you're moving up for somebody that you grab. Even if you use 3 of the picks to move up, right? You still got 9 picks. If you have those effective 9 picks with say 7 quality defensive players and 2 offensive players that are needed in the spots, i.e. a tight end or a tackle, because I think Parham's going to be the center next year, and they need to figure out what's going to be.
See, that's the thing.
Well.
Get the most effective guys in the right position and then fill those gaps. That's what free agency's for. Not sitting around and not doing anything. Go get the linemen in free agency. You can get the skill position players and nickel and dime and hit and miss in the draft. You're not going to find proven linemen in the draft. That's a crapshoot. Yeah. It's the linemen that we needed to get in free agency. And Matt, I'm not saying draft 12 defensive players. It's idiotic. We need a quarterback.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Mike. One of those people be Hooker, McKee, Haney, Tune. Those are 4 quarterbacks that I'd take a flyer on.
And that's the thing. If that's the case, we can build up. We can get more than 12 draft picks, because if you're going to take one of those guys, you can get 2 more picks and move back.
Yes.
You can pick up another pick and move back.
Yes,
You'll
I agree.
Still stay in the first, and you can pick up somebody's 2 and maybe a 3.
I agree.
So if that's the case, because you do have Jimmy G, and if by some reason he becomes chiseled and veteran, and his bones aren't brittle anymore, if he can play an entire season, then we have the stopgap quarterback.
Well, the other thing is that, and that's why everybody harps on, and I even harp on this for Garoppolo as well, about his injuries. In the offense that he ran in San Francisco, it was not the offense that is the McDaniels offense that he ran in New England, which is more quick hitting to the receivers that go out that know the patterns, i.e. so we got Myers and Dorsett. We pick up people that know the playbook. Adams is in his 2nd year, and you're not going to get rid of him, right? But if you got the players that will run the correct patterns and to correct what they're supposed to, then Garoppolo, in all likelihood, will hopefully be more adept at staying off the carpet in a non-injured way. And I'm hoping. Now, that the other thing as far as like getting a quarterback, sure, give me a hooker. Give me a hooker for sure. You know, Big L and me. You'll get me a hooker.
Hey, I didn't say nothing.
I know. Give me a hooker. Get me McKee, get me Haney, or get me Tune. Get me one of those guys that can learn the system. Okay, use the other picks primarily on defense and one tight end and one tackle or guard that you want, and you're good. That's the way it should be, and that's what I'm hoping for. L. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Give me your best out the doors. I got to go to bed. It's almost 11:30.
Well, my best out the door, as far as the Raiders are concerned, I would just basically have to mirror what you said. We need to for the draft. We need to focus, to me, on D. If we got to move up to get the quarterback, move up to get the quarterback. Juggle whatever on that offensive line. James is not our answer at center. Parham is useful. He's mobile. He could play center.
Mm-hmm.
If there is something in the draft that's undeveloped, you learned with Leatherwood. Put him at guard. You do not put fresh meat at a tackle unless he is proven to be at least what the kid out at left tackle was when we drafted him.
Yeah.
Because when we drafted him, he was hurt all year and got beat like a drum. But once he got healthy, he became a Pro Bowler. People forget, when kids come in as rookies, they play football nonstop for over a year because they've had their senior practices, then their senior season, then their senior bowl season, and then after the school's bowl season, they have that senior practice, the senior bowl, then combines, then workouts, then OTAs, then camp. By the time you're done with your season, you've literally played football from 1 September to the January the year after. So that's one thing. So for me, get a serviceable offensive line, but we definitely need to get defensive help. Primarily, to me, the defensive line is the biggest because, look at how many teams. Hell, look at Kansas City. Their secondary isn't good. Their defensive line is the bread and butter of that defense because quarterbacks can't sit back there and take forever to throw the ball. They took basically a Philadelphia team that should have steamrolled them, but they couldn't because their quarterback couldn't throw the ball as the way he wanted to because he didn't have consistent time to throw it.
Mm-hmm.
We have Max Crosby on one side. We got completely whoever thought it was a good idea to get Chandler Jones at 32 should have been fired for that money. For the money we paid for him, no way. May as well have just kept what's his face that we sent to
Ngakwe?
Yeah, Ngakwe, because they got pretty much the same production. One just did it for like $12 million less. And just shore up the core. If we can get 2 tackles and a middle linebacker or a nose guard, an off tackle, and 2 middle linebackers, that triangle up the middle, if we can shore up that triangle up the middle, our defense would be exponentially better.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically because that would shut down the run, which is like our biggest problem, because when we bulk up to shut down the run, they throw the ball everywhere. So it's like we couldn't win for losing. When we shut down the run, the opposing quarterback was throwing crossing patterns 5 yards behind the line that went for 80 yards. And when we tried to stop the pass,
beyond the linebackers, and then they would run the rest.
Yeah. Or they just throw at Jonathan Abrams, man. I still am dumbfounded by the number of people that are mad that Jonathan Abrams got cut. I love the guy. I love the fact that he liked to hit, but
I saw
It would
that
be-
movie with Mike Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this. I would love the fact that he hit more if it was the guy he was covering that he was hitting. Because he was usually hitting somebody else because he couldn't catch the guy he was hitting. He was covering. The guy he was covering was usually running loose down the field.
Yep.
And that's what people don't get. Without discipline, football is really easy. Because the other team is always going to score, which is what happened.
L, like I said,
When
for
he was on
you,
the field.
I went over
But-
my 11 o'clock, but
All right.
I'm happy that you had a chance to come in. Check out the I said it's a 9 o'clock start on
right.
Thursdays and Sundays, and then Wednesdays I do a Wild Wild West show with everybody in the AFC West, and then on Tuesdays, because that gentleman that was the big naysayer, we used to do a show on Tuesdays. I don't know if we're going to do one anymore because he wants to see what's going on. So I might be free on every other Tuesday because I do a show with the ladies. Angria's roommate, Kevlar prom dress, as well as Peggy Holmes. We do a ladies show on
Sounds
Tuesday.
like my kind of woman.
Oh yeah, Heidi's great people, and Angria is a roommate.
See, yeah. Well, then you already know they're my kind of people.
Yep, exactly. So we'll see what's going on this year because again, I don't know if OG is going to be available on Tuesdays or not. So we'll see. But again, check it out.
I'm ready to dip my toe back in if you want. So just let me know. Hey, see, we had to send a shipmate. Look, who's gone? Remember? Our old little shipmate, Little Naughty. He's not there anymore.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Remember the knot that I had? That cyst? Yeah, I got it removed. Finally.
Good.
It was actually kind of funny. It was from the accident, but you know what caused it to grow? The friction from me always wearing hats.
Okay.
But I still wear hats. You know that. I'm just not wearing one tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, well, like I got mine on too.
Well, I see you, Mr. Ray. Go Dodgers.
Today.
Yeah, and that's another thing I want to point out. Shit, I can't even remember his name. He was just on the screen. I am a SoCal to the heart. Trojans, Raiders, but I was an Oakland Raider fan. So I started in Oakland. But Trojans, Raiders, Lakers. So I loved that jersey you had on. Kings, they clinched the playoffs tonight. Dodgers. And all of those teams are exclusive. There are no other options in that same area.
Well, by the way, Bishop, he is a bishop, by the way. So that's why I
Mr. Bishop.
Yeah. No, he is a bishop.
Well, no, that's what I mean.
Yeah, of the cloth bishop. So yeah, he's Dodgers, he's Lakers, he's Raiders. So he's like you. He's like you.
Yeah.
But you guys will have a good time hanging out.
And after that, I'm coastal. So yeah, the West Coast interrupted the NCAA's party in the Final Four.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that, even though the tournament's hard to watch. When they take the big man out of basketball, it's like, why?
Well, that's just the way.
Yeah, that's secular because, I mean, there's a lot of teams that ended up moving a long way because they were using the big man.
Right.
It'll come back. I mean, there's a couple of 7-footers in the Final Four that actually play down low. So my rant's done. Shipmate, go get some sleep.
Yes, I got to do that.
All right, my man. I'll talk to you later. Talk to you soon. And I'm probably not going to be in Texas because I'm going to be in California.
That's fine. Just let me know.
Well, I know, but When I get down that way, I will hit you up, and we'll definitely have to get together. I got a few faces I need to rub up.
Sure.
All right, my man. You take it
All
easy. Much love, and yar.
Yeah, you bastard. Take care, Al.
Take it easy. All right, my man.
All right. Take care, Al. That's Big Al. And with that, we're already 37 minutes over. We're gonna go like to 40. And I like this from Matt. Is Matt Corral a free agent? Because we were talking about him as a possible addition. Did not know he was a free agent. No, he's not like Ruben. No, Kev. He's not like Ruben. We talk, but I gotta go. Take care, everybody. We will be back on Wednesday. I don't foresee me doing a show on Tuesday. I got too much stuff to do. I said I got all my stuff squared away, so now I just need to put it in the scanner and get it scanned. But take care, everybody. We'll see you Wednesday for Wild Wild West. That's at 7:30. Thursday at 9 o'clock for You Don't Know Jack About Sports. Yeah, Corral will be a free agent. I said if he's a free agent, I'd scoop him up. And we'll see what we got. Maybe that's our backup quarterback, OG. And I wouldn't mind that. Blaine Gabbert, Matt Corral, kid you can work with. Take care, everybody. We will see you. Have a great week coming up. Yar! And get your like, share, comments after the show. We'll see you.